Hello, welcome to Pokemon Raid Academy. The Metagross raid starts off with the shield automatically up. These are the types of raids that people usually struggle the most with. Since most people's self-sustain is heavily diminished while the shield is up, you can see here on the bottom graphic that you're dealing 20% of the damage you would normally deal when the shield is up and you have no Terastal. 30% of the damage you would normally deal if you have a Terastal, but it doesn't match the move that you're currently using, and you're doing 70% of the damage potential that you would normally be doing if your attack is matching your Tera type. Effectively, what we need to do is minimize as much damage as possible. So if everyone in the raid party were to cheer defense, that gets you to around 4 stages of defense. That's going to help you survive while you're waiting to get your Terastal up and get your self-sustain going. Now, coordinating an entire group to do that, probably not going to happen. For whatever reason, people aren't particularly good at raiding, but that's the dream. If you have a coordinated party, it should be a lot easier than if you're playing with a bunch of randoms online. If you don't want to play with other people, you can also play solo, but I'll try to point out which of the sets are good for solo and which ones are not. Of these, the most questionable to pilot is Koraidon. Now, there's multiple ways to try it. You can do the set that's here, or you could switch Big Root for Covert Cloak and swap out Collision Cores for Counter. Counter does a fixed amount of damage. It's double whatever you receive. That's why the HP is so high here. You can do a chunk of them. About 25% of Metagross's health is 2,000 HP, more or less. You can take out a huge chunk of that with one counter. The general trend with every single set, always prioritize raising your defense to be higher than Metagross's attack after a Hone Claws. You can't use status effects on a raid Pokemon when they have a shield up. You have to break the shield first, and he has clear body, so you'd have to either deal with the ability after his shield is broken or just work around it from the start. For Dondozo, there is another way to handle the set. The differentiation is whether you want a 50% chance to select an attack while sleep talking. In this case, that's why the fourth slot is blank. Or if you want a 67% chance to select something that isn't rest, you can put Curse in that final slot. Wheezing is only included for neutralizing gas. If your group doesn't break through the shield quickly, this Wheezing is not going to work. These are all the sets that I've tested, and with variable margins, they work. Some are more difficult to execute than others. Hopefully these help. Until the next raid, class dismissed.